Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So the new European Super League that was supposed to commence in August this year was going to be comprised of the most famous and biggest clubs from England, Italy and Spain, like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, Man City, Chelsea and Juventus. It has faced one of the biggest backlashes in European football history. What initially happened was they were going to create a league for themselves, made by themselves, run by themselves, all these clubs, and they were going to compete against themselves week in, week out. There would be literally no competition. And just after it was announced, UEFA came out and said, you're going to be banned from every other competition if you create this league. And your players, your individual players, will be banned from playing in international games like the World Cup. This all happened yesterday, and I made a few videos on it. But what's come out today is that the backlash has been absolutely insane. Fierce and insane from players and fans all around. So we're going to go through what's been happening in the last few hours, who's been a part of this backlash and the ramifications, and what teams have actually pulled out and what are still in, and where this is all going to lead to. So don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this one out, and let's get into it. Okay, so Sky News breaking: Chelsea are preparing documents to formally withdraw from the European Super League. Sky News understands. Sky's Martha Kellner says this makes it less likely that the new competition will go ahead as planned. So Chelsea were the first club to officially pull out of this new European Super League competition. And from Sky News, this is what they said. I'm going to read it out for you. Chelsea fans said they wouldn't renew their season tickets if Chelsea didn't withdraw from the competition. The club then sent emails to all their members saying they must pay their memberships for next season. Fans then emailed the club back saying they wouldn't pay the memberships unless they withdrew from the Super League. So what happened then was Chelsea said, nah, they backed out. They're not going to be partaking in this new European Super League because their fans said, we're not going to be paying our memberships. You can go fuck yourselves. This isn't what football's about. We're not going to give you our money for you to take part in this bullshit competition. So from Sky News as well, Manchester City is also withdrawn. That was the fan backlash. Now let's take a look at the backlash from the Man United players. This is from Mike Keegan on Twitter. He's at the Daily Mail, UK. So he says, exclusive, Ed Woodward held emergency briefing with seriously unimpressed Manchester United players at Carrington this morning. Some angered, they found out about ESL via the media. So the players didn't even know about this. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's the coach of Man United, was thrown under the bus and left to face the press. So Woodward and the owners and chairman of these clubs, especially Man United, from what this is saying, just made this whole deal with all the other clubs behind their back and didn't even tell the players and the coach. And now there was a bit of update on it. He did say a bit more info on this from yesterday. So this was today's update. I understand that Harry Maguire, so the captain of Man United, confronted Ed Woodward, the executive vice chairman of Man United, at the meeting over the players who went out and played on Sky as the news broke, not knowing about the plans. Fair play to the United captain. The Man United captain and other players confronted Woodward, the executive vice chairman, about this new league and said, we're not going to be playing this league. We don't want this. Now, also from another Man United player, Marcus Rashford, tweeted this before the news was announced that Woodward was out. He tweeted the picture, football is nothing without fans. Sir Matt Busby, one of the original Man United coaches. And then before the news came out, I actually retweeted it and said, soon to be announced, United sells Rashford as a joke. But it looks like the players have pushed back enough that Woodward is out at Man United. Chelsea, Manchester City have pulled out of the competition. And then also over in Spain, Barcelona and Athletico Madrid have pulled out of the competition apparently. So all this news about clubs pulling out comes just after the Real Madrid president, Florentino Perez, said European Super League will, quote, save football at this critical moment. I don't think so. So he said, whenever there is a change, there are always people who oppose it. We're doing this to save football at this critical moment. Well, that's obviously not going to happen now, with 2 teams already confirmed to having pulled out from England and 2 teams from Spain. And then when we have the Manchester United executive vice chairman having resigned, and I think as the day goes on, we will finally see more clubs pulling out that will result in this right here. European Super League, 19th of April to 20th of April, RIP. So with that bombshell news, clubs are pulled out of the European Super League already. We've got Man United's executive vice chairman being confronted by the players themselves, forcing him to step down. I think what's going to happen over the course of this day and maybe the next couple of days is that the rest of the clubs will pull out and then this league will be officially disbanded and will not go ahead. And this comes just after Real Madrid president said this is what football needs. You've got Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister, calling these clubs a cartel, but now we know it was the heads of these clubs, the chairman and the owners, and the players pushed back and the fans pushed back saying, we're not going to give you our money unless you pull out of this competition, which exactly is what happened at Chelsea. So I think we're going to see more teams pulling out. We're going to see more backlash. And this is what football fans were hoping for, that this league would not go ahead. Fan movements, that's what it's all been about this year. Fan movements have won the day again. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this one out, and I'll see you in the next one.